Hello everyone, this is Jen Nieto from the Pixie Post, and welcome back to my channel. I have been a little bit hidden lately, so I'm slowly coming back to the channel. Things got a little derailed, as you can imagine, with my trip and with everything going on in the world. So I'm going to make videos as they come. I've been fighting a really nasty cold. I'm starting to feel better, and I'm starting to feel my energy come back. But right now I'm pacing myself, just taking it easy and just doing videos as I go. So bear with me at this time. I know I'm not the only one. We're all going through something, especially with things in the world as they are now. All I care about is all of you guys, and that you stay healthy and well as physically and mentally well. And just look out for one another as best as we can. We're going to get through this tough time. The universe is there for us, whether we see it or not. It's just one of those times right now we're all going through a shift. It's horrific in some ways, but it's not insurmountable. We will get through this. We are strong, and we are connected. So the calmer we stay, the way we go about it, not being so reactive, being more proactive, the better it will be for the whole collective. Because since we are all connected, we all kind of, for a lack of a better term, feed off each other's energy. So when there's panic, like the media likes to make us feel, then we react on that, and then we panic buy or panic sell or think it's going to be the end of times. It really, really puts a negative spin on it. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not exactly a stable time right now because we're all kind of afraid of the unknown. I think that's really what it is more than anything else. It's the unknown, the uncertainty. But while we're going through such a passage of time in our lives, we can try to step back as best as we can, take a breath, and realize that we're all here. We're all together and we're not alone. It may feel that way because we're doing all the social distancing right now or the self-quarantines. But in the end, this is to protect ourselves and to help each other. And just remember that when you are able to go to the store or get the delivery, don't go too crazy with the buying everything in sight because we are going to be okay. And there might be somebody out there who's worse off than you that really, really needs that right now. And they might be struggling in a way that you don't even see, whether it's with the actual disease itself or the effects of it. So I just wanted to open this video by saying that I'm trying not to dwell too much on that because we all need a lift. We all need some positivity in this world. And the more we show that, the more we look at that silver lining, regardless of how bad things can be, the better it will be for our souls and our hearts. So with that, I am going to go in to the next Moon Watch series. It'll be the new moon in Aries on March 24th, 2020. And Aries is a very strong zodiac sign and a strong personality. They're very competitive, and that can be in a very positive way. Sometimes negative, depending upon the person. And they're also very committed to whatever they do. They don't half-ass anything. They don't just follow people for the sake of doing something that everybody else is doing. They're in their own independence and their own passion. And they are the ones that will commit to something 100%. Then they will go forward and do that. And even though I'm a Gemini, I really resonate with that because I'm that way in a lot of ways. I will follow to a certain point, but if it doesn't resonate with me, it doesn't happen. So I think we can all see a little bit of ourselves in every single sign that there is. It's just what's dominant, what's not. So we're going to go into the Moonology card reading. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And the way I go about this, there's so many amazing spiritual card readers out there, energy readers. I do read off of the universe's energy. Sometimes I'll ask help from my angels. It really depends upon the reading and the moment. It changes, it varies. Sometimes I'll clear my cards with a candle flame, which I've been doing recently. Today I'm not really feeling that because the sun is bright, the sun is out there, so I'm going to be clearing it with the sunlight. And I do a 3-card draw, and it's very, very simple. This is not predictions. This is not fortune telling or anything like that. It's more to give you a sense of direction in whatever path you're in right now. And whatever resonates with you, take those messages because they're meant for you. If you don't resonate with something, just discard that. Don't feel bad about that. It just wasn't meant for you. So as we go into it, I'm going to use my usual Moonology Oracle card deck by Yasmin Boland, which I always use for the Moonwatch series. Just a disclaimer, with this cold, I tend to get a tickly cough a little bit. So if you see some pauses in this video and I come back, that's what it is. So I apologize. I'm feeling a lot better, and I think a lot of it's just from the traveling I did, which I'll have a separate video about because I have some funny stories about my New York City trip. It was a freaking amazing trip, and unfortunately I don't have a lot of video footage from it. I wish I did, but everything was just happening so quickly. And again, like I said in my past videos, I'm not real great at keeping up with that. I'll get better. I think once I get a actual camera per se, like a vlogging camera in the future, I'll be more inclined to do that. But I do have some funny stories, and they can only happen in my life, I swear to God. So I'll have a mini video on that in probably the next day or two, in case you're interested in that. But now we're going to go into the reading. So I'm going to shuffle these cards. Okay, something. Wow, I haven't heard traffic for a while. With everything going on, we've been shutting down quite a bit. So that's the first horn I've heard probably in a few days. And I'm kind of used to hearing at least a little traffic here and there. So that's funny. Okay. So, and clear, the sunlight's right here. Clear that. Okay. All right, and do a couple more shuffles. And if you do want a personal reading, I do those from time to time. Feel free to contact me at any of my social media. There are a couple of you who have asked. I will be getting back to you guys to make some appointments. Of course, everything's just been kind of crazy in my life and trying to get a handle on to my own kind of new normal right now. So I just want to make sure I wasn't ignoring anyone. I will be getting back to you guys. And anyone new, feel free to give me a shout. So, all right, let's see. Okay. Okay. It's really good cards. It's always good cards. It's always a good reading of some sort. So, okay. The first one is, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Now, it doesn't have to exactly pertain to the situation in the world right now. It could be just in your personal life. Something that you've been dwelling on, praying on, even been doubting. Answers that you need that don't seem to be coming to you. Sometimes when you really dwell on something so much and you're asking and asking and asking repeatedly, you don't give it time to settle. You don't give it time to allow that energy to manifest in a positive way. And again, I'm going to go back to what I've said before. When we ask and beg and plead for answers to come or for a situation to work out the way we want it to, we tend to come from a place of lack. And what that means is we want it so much that it creates resistance. And when we create resistance, that very thing we're asking about or that we want tends to run away from us. It's really interesting if you really sit down and think about it. What was the one time that you were begging, pleading to God and the universe, oh, I really want this. Why won't this come to me? Please help me, help me, help me with this. And while it's a very human thing to do, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, because I've done it, we've all done it, it doesn't allow the flow to continue, and it doesn't allow that very thing to come to you. Now, everything that is meant to come to you will, and the answers that are meant to come to you will come as well. And it's really interesting because I've noticed that when I get to a point I'm asking so much for, I'm really anxious about something, and I finally make up my mind to let go of it. Not to forget about it really, but just to kind of hand it over to the universe or to God and go, okay, it's in your hands now. I'm just gonna move forward, hope for the best, but not have my life depend on it, if that makes sense. And that's when the answers will come, or the epiphany will come. And it could be to me directly, or it could be in the situation that manifests. So when we decide to go with the flow more, not worry about what we can't control, usually those answers will come. It might not be overnight. It might not be in the time we're thinking of, but it does always come. And it's a very important message coming through right now, because a lot of us have questions that are not being answered, that seems no answers in sight. And yes, I am talking about the worldly situation. I have been very anxious as of late, and a lot of questions have come up in my mind. But now I'm starting to see, at least in my personal life, why things are shifting. And even though it's a terrible situation overall, there is some good that can come out of it. So I'm starting to see a few answers that I've been wondering about, and some things strengthening in my life because of all this. It's really interesting when you take an outsider observer's look and you see something totally different, a totally different perspective. So if you allow yourself to think outside the box, you may find the answers you're looking for, and they might have been there all along. So, okay. The second one is, which I really like, show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. And all I can say is, heck yeah. That's what you're here for. You're not here to hide your true self. You're not here to be ashamed of who you really are. And it's really interesting because I've seen some friends in my life that were of a different lifestyle, orientation, maybe had disabilities, whether they were physical or mental. And some of them were really ashamed of that. Some of them were like, oh, I have to hide that about myself because I won't be accepted. Society doesn't deem that as normal. And they finally got to the point where they said, no, I can't not be me. I can't hide that. And I always take that term, don't let people dull you sparkle. And it sounds like a frou-frou kind of phrase, but when you look into the depth of that meaning, it is so true, because I had a lot of struggles in my life. I've always accepted who I was, but I had trouble showing that. I always felt like I had to put a happy face on because I was known as a happy person. And I am by nature. I am a happy person. But I was afraid to show other emotions because people wouldn't expect that from me. And they would be like, oh, what's wrong with her? And whether they intentionally thought that or not, it still crossed their minds. They always thought I was happy. I didn't feel anything else. And I finally started being unapologetically myself. I finally started realizing, no, I have a right to feel how I feel. Now, it may be in the way I, show that. Of course, there's, a way to show that that doesn't harm others, or that doesn't, overwhelm people. Yes, I've learned, and I can be intense sometimes, but so I know when to do that and when not to. But when you're not yourself, you're lying to yourself. And you don't deserve to be lied to. You deserve to be able to be who you are. And if people don't like it, oh well. They don't accept you, and that's okay. Because the opinion that counts the most is yours. Do you accept you? If you don't, why not? Take a look within your heart. Why don't you accept yourself? You're beautiful as you are. You're an amazing person. You would not be here if you didn't have an important role in this world. So just remember that. Even when you're low or whatever, just remember that there's always a brighter tomorrow and that you are here for a reason. And it's for a good reason, not to be anyone's burden, not to have a miserable life, and not to suffer, regardless of what the world is telling us. We are here to connect and to love one another and be together in one form or another, and to learn our lessons that we need to learn. So just know that you are important and you are valuable. But it's up to you to know that within yourself and then not be afraid to show that in this world. Okay. And the third one is, it's perfect. Hold Your Vision by Fixed Moon. I can't talk today. Hold Your Vision. Now, I love this card. As you've seen, I've been doing 2020 vision. And if you're not familiar with that, I'll link a video talking about it somewhere up, down, wherever, just so you guys get an idea of it. And this is the universe's way of saying, hold on to what brings you faith. Hold on to what motivates you and what dreams you have and what goals you have. Hold on to that light within you, because your light is needed in this world, especially now during a darker time. And it's basically, don't give up. I know things seem a little bleak right now, and I know I wasn't going to get into all this, but it's where I'm being led. Things are not exactly easy at the moment. We're dealing with a lot of separation physically. We're dealing with a lot of anxiety. The media is not helping. It's pumping the fear factor big time. Sometimes we get misinformation, so we don't know what's what. But right now, you're being told to hold on to your truth, because nobody can take that away from you regardless. Sickness can't take that away from you. Physical or mental barriers can't take that away from you. Other people can't take that away from you. Always hold on to your light, because that is what you are. We're all energy. We're all light. And that's what we're here for. We're here to carry that light into this world as the world ascends, basically. And we're here to show that love to one another as well. So that could be in the form of a dream goal that you have. It could be you just being there for your family and friends as a beacon of light. I mean, for lack of a better phrase. It could be you just allowing yourself to accept yourself and love yourself for the first time. It could mean so many different things. I'm just throwing a couple examples out there. But it doesn't have to be this big elaborate thing. It's whatever resonates with you and whatever you know what your truth is. And you're being told not to lose sight of that, regardless of all the distractions in the world and all the craziness in the world. We're going to be okay. And as long as you hold on to that, and you know it doesn't hurt anyone, of course, but as long as you hold on to your own truth and what keeps you going, you're going to be just fine. So that is the reading for this new moon in Aries. It's a little bit of a simpler reading, but I wanted you guys to know that the universe does have you back. There are times it doesn't seem like it, and there was a time I lost sight of that, and I had to get my head around everything going on, and it's kind of a new normal for all of us right now. But with that being said, I was led back to realize that there's a lot more that meets the eye. There's a lot more to just this phase in the world and in our lives. We will get through this, and we will persevere, and better times are ahead. It may take a while, but as long as we hold on to that faith, even if it's the size of a mustard seed, we will get through this. I promise you that. So just be unapologetically yourself. Hold on to that faith and your vision. And the answers will come. They will come in time. Just go with the flow as much as you can. And in the meantime, I'll keep the videos coming. We can still stay connected through YouTube. If there are any videos you want to see, whether it's some type of reading videos or maybe some other videos that might give you comfort or at least some humor, whatever you like, let me know in the comments below. I would really like your input. I want to know how you guys are doing. I really care about all of you guys. Let me know if there's a way I can help. And we'll get through this together. We will. And it's just kind of weird right now. But I'll have some more videos coming out. I really hope the reading helped in some way. And with that, I will leave you guys for now. There'll be a couple more videos coming out in the near future. Again, I'm not going to commit to the schedule because right now I'm trying to get better and pace myself. And but I will be back more regularly. So I love you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Please let me know how you are. And in the meantime, to know thyself is to know thy truth. Namaste. As much as you can. Please do listen. And I just got ding. Yay! I know I keep saying that, but it will be. So anyway, in the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I don't even know what I'm talking about.